Hello CCL Sports Cards fans, welcome back. Today, I'm going to be revealing 11 more cards that I just got back yesterday from PSA. But before we get to the reveal, I want to address a question that I've gotten a few times from viewers and subscribers. Most recently, again, this past weekend, viewer Anthony was unsure of when or if he should send his card to PSA for grading. Now, while there's no hard and fast rule for grading and the value of the card is a factor, I would suggest that when a card costs $100 to grade, like it does currently at PSA for the regular service, the shortest answer is to send the card for grading at this cost when you're looking to move the card in the near future. I mean, there's a few exceptions to that or any rule, but if you don't plan on selling and just want the card slabbed and you kind of dig PSA slabs, just wait for $50 a card or an even lower fee. There is no sense in just giving money away for a card to be graded and then just have the card sit. It's a waste of money. In saying that, that is the case with the episode today, as I plan to move about 8 of these cards that were graded in the very near future. Now, the cards being revealed were sent from my home here in Canada to California, then graded and back home to me in just 35 days. That is incredible service, if you ask me, and well worth the $120 per card, including the autographed. But keep those questions and comments coming. I just love the interaction. Enjoy the reveal, gang. Okay, CCL fans, let's get rocking and rolling here. And as I said in the intro, we're doing an 11 card reveal. Interesting note for those of you who have been with me since the beginning or the debut of this channel, you'll notice I've upgraded to a brake mat. I was hoping it would be here for my last reveal, but it didn't make it. But I've been using paper towel on my desk to make sure the slabs don't get scratched. But I think we can all agree this is a lot nicer for presentation. I'm super happy with the job that Inked Gaming did in creating this. Good firm. But with that, let's get into the reveal. We're doing 11 cards here. First up, we've got a green Nick Gonzalez, number 27 of 99, 10 auto, 8.5 on the grade. I'm not too surprised by that grade. This one did have some surface stuff going on. The centering was off left to right. I thought it had a shot of getting a 9, but because I plan to sell a lot of these cards, I wanted them slabbed. It just makes sense. There's less back and forth about what condition the card is in. It is what it is, and I don't mind paying up for that to make sure the buyer knows what they're getting. But funny story about this card I bought on eBay. In the seller's write-up, they said, grade this card. You know, you see that sometimes, and well, it's well-intentioned. Oftentimes the implication may be that it's going to be a 10, but it's in all likelihood not always going to be that way. But I'm super okay with an 8.5. Really nice card. Next up, did a bit better here. We've got a true blue Nick Gonzalez. This one did look super clean to me. This was also an eBay purchase, I think last August or late July, just before Nicky started tearing the cover off the ball. But we've got number 48 of 150. Beautiful. I love true blues. Gem Mint 10 and a 10 on the auto. Love the duals. Don't mind paying that extra $20 to get the auto graded. I think it really gives comfort to the buyer when they do buy the card. This one was an eBay purchase, and it did go my way. So love the true blue Nicky G 1010. That is awesome. This one is, this is the only one that I was actually stunned by. An 8. The centering on this card was bang on. There were no dimples. I go over my cards very carefully. I really thought this card should 10. I don't have an explanation for it. Sometimes things just don't go your way, but we got a purple Gabriel Moreno, 37 of 250. Again, the card looks super clean. I'm not sure why it got an 8, but that's the way it goes sometimes. You're not always going to get the grade you want, but it still presents well. The centering is beautiful. The corners look clean. Yeah, big things are going to happen for Gabriel Moreno. I'm a big fan of his. But a little bummed on the 8 out of 10, but it is what it is. And here we go. We've got a true red David Calabrese, 4 of 5. I love this card. I hit this in a break last fall with Pristine, maybe September or October. I, again, thought this card might 10. I'm not surprised by the 9 at all. It did have some print lines. But I think there was a bit of a touch on one corner, but it did 9. I thought it had a chance at a 10, but I'm okay with that. These are really hard to come by, and I love it's beautiful. The true red, like the true reds with red on red with his jersey. These cards actually, they're just beautiful. I'm very happy with it. And funny story about this card, I've had people bothering me for this card for some time. This card is actually already, the rights to this card have already been sold to somebody who was first in line asking about this card after the break. But this one has been sold, and I'm very happy that the new owner is going to get it to almost complete his rainbow. But beautiful red on red, 9 out of 10, and a 10 out of 10 on the auto. Nice card. And here we go. We've got another Nick Gonzalez hitting a break with Pristine last October. This one, I'm not surprised it got a 9. It had a couple of dimples, but the centering was really, really nice. You can see that on the picture. The centering was good. I love these image variations by Bowman. They're just really quite beautiful. But getting a 9 and a 10 auto, really not much of a surprise, but super happy this card is back and slabbed. Overall, I'm glad that PSA is rolling again, and I've heard that BGS has started to open up their economy, which takes about 6 months. So it seems like things are normalizing a little bit. Makes me a very happy kid. And here we go. We've got a red Jared Triolo. Subscribers of this show who watch my very earliest episodes know I love Jared Triolo. Very, very underrated. Had a huge 2020-21. And I've almost got the rainbow now. I'm just missing the Superfractor. But I've got a rainbow all slab. This is the only 9 in my rainbow. But this is the only true red I've seen come up in the last year. I bought this on eBay for about $800 or $750 maybe. It was a while. It was last October. I am not surprised this card 9. I'd hoped for a 10. It looked really good, but it did have a touch on the corner. Not too many print lines, but did have a fair touch. I think it was the bottom right corner. Hard to pick up on camera. But true red, 3 of 5, 9 on the card and 10 on the auto. Jared Triolo is really good. Keep an eye on him in the Bucks system. He played at Greensboro last year. I imagine AA Altoona this summer. And another Nick Gonzalez. Refractors. I love PSA slabbed refractors. They just look beautiful in the refractors do in PSA slabs. This card was super clean. I hit this in a break as well with Pristine last fall. We got a 10 on the card and a 10 on the auto. That is not a surprise. This card looked really, really good when I sent it in. I fully expected a 10. We got, 402 of 499, but love the duel. Love Nicky G. Super happy with that grade. And we've got an orange Asalasi up next. We got a 9 on the card and a 10 on the auto. I am not surprised by that grade either. This card did have some imperfections. There were no dimples, but there was quite a few print lines. There was a touch on the corner, but the centering obviously more than made up for that. It's beautifully centered. It's something I look for in all my cards. If they're going to have imperfections, I prefer it's not the centering, because I consider cards, like any collectible, they're kind of like pieces of art, and you want them to have great visual appeal, and this one does with the centering. Having a corner that's touched up, really not the end of the world. It's not 100% sharp. Did fully expected a 9, but yeah, not at all disappointed with the 9, and we got a 10 auto. Asalasi looks really, really good. Big fan of his, and getting that orange off of eBay for $500. Super pleased. And next, we got my man Jared Triolo again. This one I actually hit in a break as well. Last June or July. Not surprised by the 9 at all. This one had a touched up corner, did have some print lines, but centering looked really good. But orange, 20 of 25. Very happy with this. Again, I've said a little bit about Jared Triolo, but if you don't know about him, look him up. He's a year older than Nick Gonzalez, but his numbers are very comparable. Really, really good player. And another player here that I'm high on, we got a true blue Vaughn Grissom, 27 of 150. We got a Gem Mint 10 on the card and a 10 on the auto. Vaughn Grissom, young star if you don't know him. His cards are still reasonable to pick up. This one I picked up with a true gold last fall from a private seller. All told, I think I paid, I think it was roughly 300 or 250 for this card and 550 for the gold. Or anyway, the whole transaction came to $800. But this card looked really, really good. Centering was off a little bit left to right, but the corners were sharp. There were very few print lines, which was a bit of a surprise because, you know, a lot of Bowman cards have print lines. This one was actually really clean. So, and again, blue on blue, just beautiful cards. The Bowman Chrome blue on blues. Very happy with that. It's actually my second true blue Von Grissom PSA 10. Gonna hold those for a bit. And last but not least, the Carson Taylor Superfractor. Picked this card up on eBay last November for $1,150. I actually thought this card was going to be an 8. Well, it was a really beautiful card, or is a really beautiful card, and the centering was pretty good, a little bit off left to right. There was some surface stuff happening in the middle on his chest protector that was really, I mean, you had to shine a bright light on it, but you could really see there was really some surface stuff going on. So I thought this card might 8. So I'm super pleased with a 9. Not that condition matters too much on superfractors, but, you know, seeing a 9 is always nice. If you don't know about Carson Taylor, he's a switch hitting catcher for the Dodgers, played in high A, and very, very inexpensive. I've picked up his oranges for like 75 to 100 bucks. He is 22, so he's a bit older in terms of a prospect, but Carson Taylor looks really, really good and had good numbers in high A, so cheap prospect to kind of chase, and having a superfractor $1,150 wasn't a terrible price to pay. That's it for the reveal. That's the 11 cards, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out and like this video. But appreciate all your time, guys. Have a fabulous day.